Thanks for staying with us on Upper Michigan today. We're continuing our discussion about doula care in and around Marquette. We're back with the doulas of Marquette plus UP Family Doula Care. So we really left off on talking about some of the services you provide, the families that you travel to be with and to support. So Melinda, what are some of those services? You mentioned earlier, oh, you might get a text message 6 months after baby's born, they need help teething.
Yeah, who knows, right? At Doulas of Marquette, we provide support during pregnancy, and then we do birth doula support. That includes, I like to say, we like to say, we don't care how you choose to birth, but like what we care is how you arrive to that place and how you feel about it, right? So I know Lacey as well, like we'll support any kind of birth, like whether somebody's having a medicated birth, unmedicated, planned cesarean, you know, unexpected cesarean, whatever, like there's really not an agenda. I think sometimes there's a misunderstanding of like doula, oh, it's like, you know, home birth in the forest and like, you know, like all these different ideas. And we're like, I mean, people can birth where they want and how they want, but also like that's not really what, you know, we're doing. So, so I think, so we offer birth doula support, postpartum support, and like sleep support for families, like overnights and other things in that way. And then lactation support. So I'm a certified lactation counselor. Kristen and Katie are just about to take their exam for that. And then do other services like a Mother Superior package where like really we come in and we're honoring the space of like when somebody goes from, you know, not having children or only having one to having more. So it's like a herbal bath and just kind of like almost like a closing the bone ceremony where we're able to take that time to honor that person. We also offer childbirth education. Kristen's working on bringing a holistic childbirth education course. I'm a certified Lamaze childbirth educator as well as an evidence-based birth instructor as well. So variety.
And
long answer, variety of things.
And I know we're going to talk in more detail about some of those education aspects and resources, you know, more towards the end of the show. But Lacey, I want to hear from you about some of what you provide. Is it fairly similar to Doulas of Marquette?
It is. We have a little bit of different classes that we teach or services that we offer. Another service that I do is placenta art. So that's a keepsake that families are able to bring home and they don't have to bring the actual placenta home. So this is like a different thing that they can add into their services. But I do the same as like the prenatal support, helping them plan their birth plans, helping them to like connect with their providers, and then doing labor and postpartum care as well.
Placenta art, that's really interesting. That's something I've heard of, but I've never actually seen before. Is that something that a lot of your clients do?
They're starting to. They're starting to really like that because it's just a unique way to be able to put those moments of time in art and be able to display them. And it's so unique to every single baby, and they get to customize it also, and it's a really unique, fun way to just enjoy the moments.
Very interesting. And Kristen, for you, from switching as a solo doula to working in this team model, have you seen an increase in clients? Have you seen more people seeking out these services? What's that experience been like?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I was a solo doula, like I said, I only went to 4 births, and I was like, that's enough. I would say that, I mean, there's a continuous uptick in people who are looking for doula services, which is really a great thing because it's in thinking about going into birth, like even during the pregnancy time, there's so many questions that come up, and I feel like a lot of people assume that, well, you're pregnant, you should know what's happening with your body. If you've never been through a pregnancy before, the changes are profound, and you're like, is this normal? And a lot of people go to Google, and Google is terrifying. Google's absolutely terrifying. So instead, you can text your doula, be like, I am experiencing this. Is this normal? And you know, we're here to be like, yeah, absolutely normal. Or maybe you should talk to your provider. This doesn't seem within the realms of normal. This would be a great question for your provider. So I find that it's a nice thing that people are really realizing like they can have support throughout the entire parenting journey, you know, or not the entire parenting journey. We're not there through the teen years, for sure. Not.
You mean you're not showing up to graduation?
No. Definitely not. I mean, some of them are good friends of mine, so I'm there throughout the whole parenting journey. But, you know, for that conception and prenatal birth and postpartum time, it's like there's a lot of, you're thrown through a lot at that time. And so to have the support of somebody who's maybe not in your close inner circle, but you're like, hey, I can reach out to a neutral party. So.
Yeah, somebody who's like continuously there. And I think another big part of what we do as doulas is supporting partners as well. So dads and partners. And I definitely get that whole thing about like, oh, well, like I don't want anybody to take my place, and we kind of joke, but seriously though, I'm like, we didn't, create the baby with her, and we are not going to vulnerably parent for the rest of our lives with this person. Like, we're not there. We're there to actually help support dads, and a lot of dads and partners really want to help support mom, but they haven't been through births before, and they don't really know what to expect. And so as doulas, like, we're continuously there, so we're not doing like shift changes or anything in that way, so we can build that relationship with the nurses, which we have, and the doctors, and kind of help keep the pulse on what's going on throughout the entire birth, and then continuing into the postpartum as they're processing their birth, having somebody that's been there the whole time to be like, oh, remember this or that, and process through the emotions, because birth is just not just the physical process. So
Right.
it's all of it.
There's so much that goes along with it, and we
Yeah.
still have more to cover. I know we're going to continue to pick up this conversation. However, after the break, we are going to be meeting a family that has received doula care, so stick around because we will hear from them about their experience when we return from the break.